Catherine Otero, and with me I have esteemed professor and Threepenny director George Drance. Professor Drance has performed and directed in more than 25 countries on 5 continents, serving such companies as La Teatro Fragua in Honduras, Theater Yetu in Kenya, and he has acting credits from La Mama, The Public, and the Metropolitan Opera. So George, before we get started on our interview, why don't you lead us through a warm-up? What is a typical warm-up that you lead your actors through before starting a rehearsal process?
So first thing you do is you take your hands, rub them together and get some heat going. Start a little morning conversation. Hello, how are you? How are you? And you feel warmth or vibration or a buzz or tingle on your hand. You want to focus on that sensation of the voice and how the voice is really hitting this point. Substituting it with an ah. Try and paint a color onto the hand. Ah. Now you solidify that color, and as you go through 4 phonations or 4 soundings, you try and meet the voice exactly where it was before a catch breath. I'll go to the end of the breath, take a catch breath, try and meet the voice, not backing up on it, not jumping forward on it, and really allowing it to go out. Eventually the hand is going to open up and the tone is going to go past that. It's using the imagination to really allow the voice to be in another place. So we'll try it with You see where the new voice is? You point to the new voice and you just allow syllables to resound there. Ta, na, la. So I could have that same very intimate conversation without any strain in the voice, but allowing the voice to be present in the room and still keeping a very nice conversational tone.
So George, how did you first come across this play and what inspired you to direct it?
Well, I first actually saw it advertised when I was a kid. You know, I mean, Raul Julia was a big hero of mine, and he played McKeith, so that Threepenny picture, it's an iconic poster. And so in my early theater lore, that was already there. One of the things that's been great about this is so many of the situations in Threepenny about social justice and social injustice, about structures of society, about the divide between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. And that has been a really interesting investigation to go over that with students, their experiences, to see how does what Brecht is creating with these situations from John Gay's play, The Beggars Opera, how does this really speak to our time and really speak to the moment? And that's pretty exciting.
If you had to introduce an audience member to Brecht's life and work, what are the basics that they should know and what resources would you recommend for further learning?
Sure. There's a great book called Brecht on Theater that is a compilation of a lot of what Brecht had written about his own thoughts about the theater, his own inspirations, where he found challenges, where he found desire to kind of create something more. Brecht is really reacting to a kind of theater that really pumps up the emotions as Romanticism did. He would replace character with way of looking at the contradictions that are in each human being. And what we're trying to do is say, how does what is going on in the situations that this person finds themselves a way to awaken the audience?
Threepenny Opera is often described not as a musical, but as a play with music. Would you elaborate on this distinction and how it inspired your approach to directing this piece?
What Brecht was interested in was not to have the songs be an extension of the narrative or a development of the narrative. He wanted the songs to be a way of analysis of what has just happened on stage. He creates this space within the songs through commentary on it, sometimes through naming the dynamics that are underneath it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. We absolutely cannot wait to see the magic that you and your actors and your crew create with the Threepenny Opera, which opens February 27th and runs until March 8th, and you can find the tickets in the link tree in our bio. We can't wait to see it.